You know that feeling, right? The sensory overload, the mental whiplash. That's the feeling of your brain under siege. So let's get right into it. What is actually happening inside your head when you're scrolling like that? Look, this isn't about you failing or not having enough willpower. It's way deeper than that. This is, well, it's a neurobiological attack. And yeah, it has a name. All right, so let's break this down. Algorithmic neuroplasticity. It sounds complicated, but the idea is actually pretty simple and terrifying. These short-form videos, they aren't just a distraction. No, they are actively, physically remodeling the reward circuits in your brain. That constant, super fast stream of content is hijacking your dopamine system. And over time, it's literally making the parts of your brain that you need for deep focus, well, it's making them weaker. And listen, this is not some sci-fi movie plot. We've got experts like Dr. Anna Lemke from Stanford sounding the alarm. She's talking about physical changes to your prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain that's basically your CEO. It's what lets you plan, resist temptation, solve hard problems. It's what makes you, you. And she's suggesting it might literally be shrinking because we're just outsourcing all our downtime to this endless, mindless scroll. Okay, this neural seesaw idea is a perfect way to picture what's going on. Imagine your brain's pleasure-pain balance is like a seesaw, right? Every single little video you watch, boom, it's a quick hit of dopamine that pushes the pleasure side down. But here's the thing, your brain is obsessed with balance. It wants to be level. So to counteract all that pleasure, it starts piling these little metaphorical gremlins onto the pain side. And after hours of scrolling, what happens? You got a seesaw that's just weighed down heavily on the side of pain. And that's where things get really bad, because this creates a huge shift. You see, you're not even scrolling to feel good anymore. You're scrolling just to feel normal, to get back to zero. You're in what's called a chronic dopamine deficit state. And in that state, your brain is so desperate for a hit that anything that doesn't provide one, like reading a book or finishing a work project, it can feel almost physically painful to do. Your whole baseline for what's engaging has been hijacked. So, okay, what's the real cost here? I mean, what's the actual price we're paying for this short attention span? Well, the fallout from all this brain rewiring, it's not just a feeling. It's measurable, it's severe, and it's dismantling the exact skills we need to think, to create, to do anything meaningful. 35%. Just let that sink in for a second. A 35% drop in your ability to control your impulses if you're a heavy user. That number right there, that's the science behind your brain physically losing its ability to say, nope, that's enough, and put the phone down. Even when you know you should. Have you ever been there? You're just scrolling and you know you need to stop, you've got stuff to do, but you just can't. That feeling of being totally stuck? Well, this is it. It's called scrolling paralysis, and it's a real neurological state. It's when your brain's CEO, that executive control center, is just exhausted. And the more primitive, I want it now part of your brain has taken over the controls. And look, this problem doesn't stay on your phone. It spills over into everything, especially your work. Think about it. You're training your brain to jump from a recipe to a news clip to a funny cat video all in seconds. You're teaching it to be a professional scanner. So when you try to sit down and do real work, that habit comes with you. And the research is clear. Your productivity can absolutely tank by as much as 40%. Because you're not really multitasking. You're just task switching really, really badly. Okay, now this number is just staggering. 23 minutes. That's how long it takes, on average, to get your full concentration back after just one little digital interruption. A single notification, a quick scroll, it costs you almost half an hour of your best thinking. They call it attention residue. Basically, a piece of your brain is still stuck on what you just saw. It completely shatters your focus and, surprise, surprise, makes you way more likely to make mistakes. Okay, so that was all pretty bleak, I know. But here's the most important thing I'm going to say. Your brain's incredible ability to change, the very same neuroplasticity that got you into this mess, well, that is your ticket out. You are not broken. You are not permanently damaged. You can fix this. And this isn't about just trying harder or having more willpower. That's not how this works. Real recovery is about following a clear, structured, science-backed plan. It's about creating the right environment for your brain to heal itself and start rebuilding those pathways for deep, satisfying concentration. So, here it is. This is the roadmap, a 4-stage hierarchy to get you back in control. And the order here is absolutely crucial. You can't just skip to the end and try to build new habits if the underlying biology is still a wreck. You've got to start at the bottom with a biological reset and then work your way up to lasting change. All right, stage 1. This is the big one. It's probably the hardest step, but it is without a doubt the most important. A 30-day dopamine fast. That means total abstinence from short-form video. Why 30 days? Because that's about how long it takes for your dopamine receptors to heal and for those pain gremlins to finally get off the seesaw. You need a clean break to let your brain remember what normal actually feels like. Okay, once you've reset your brain's chemistry, it's time to start rebuilding. This is where you actively replace that cheap, easy dopamine with high-effort, high-reward activities. We're talking about things like intense exercise, getting out in nature, maybe learning a new skill you've always wanted to try. These are the things that are proven to restore your brain's natural, powerful ability to focus. Now we're at stage 4. This is all about engineering your environment so that focus becomes your default setting. You see, you don't want to rely on willpower forever. That's exhausting. Instead, you build a system. You start batching your app usage to specific times. You lock down all those pointless notifications. And, maybe most importantly, you learn to just be bored for a minute without immediately reaching for your phone. Let your brain reset. So these become your new rules, your new default behaviors. They aren't just life hacks. They're the core practices that build and protect a high-performance mind. You start respecting that 23-minute rule, you commit to doing one thing at a time, and you fiercely protect blocks of uninterrupted time for the work that really matters. This is how you create a sustainable system for thinking clearly. So in the end, it all boils down to this one question. This whole battle for your focus, it's really the battle for your life. Seriously, this goes way beyond just being productive. This is about your ability to think your own thoughts, to create something new, to connect with people, and to actually live a life on your own terms. Your attention is the most valuable thing you own. Who are you letting control it? It's time to take it back.